Hello everybody, Jamie the Board Game Man here. In today's episode, we are going vintage, back to the year 1992. Wow, when I graduated high school. And this game is by Milton Bradley. There is a solo mode as well. I guess I'll say 1 to 4 players, even though it's better for more players in this game, because it's an electronic talking fortune-telling game. It is called Ask Zandar. And in this game, what you're doing is you're asking Zandar a question. You draw a card, and there's 2 questions on that card. You choose one of those questions, and you ask him that question. Then it is your job to guess whether he's going to say yes or no. The other players also get to guess as well. But if you're the one asking the question, and you guess right, you get one of your gems you get to place on the board. The first player to get 5 guesses correctly wins the game and gets to have their fortune read by Zandar. All right, Zandar, you're on. Ooh. Boy, I tell you, that's pretty cool, huh? All right, Zandar, are you ready to start this episode?
Excellent chance.
All right, well, let's head on over to the gamer's table and let's show you how to play Ask Zandar. All right, everybody, here we are at the gaming table. Ask Zandar. So you can tell the instruction booklet, this is not the original instruction booklet. Unfortunately, mine did not come with them, but I was very, very easily able to find them. So if you do have a copy that does not have them, all I did was Google Ask Zandar instructions, and I actually was able to print this out, and it came out nice and clear. Really, really nice. Whoever put that on there, thank you for that. So you have the instruction booklet. You also have the game board. The Ask Zandar game board. All it does is it folds in half, just like so. So you just kind of unfold it, set it down like so. Then you have gems, 5 gems of each color for all the players. You also have the Ask Zandar questions. So you can see all the questions are in the back there. You also have the fortune discs, which you're going to put on these circles on the board. You're also going to have 4 yes or no. These are double-sided, when you're trying to guess what Zandar is going to answer. And then you also have the Ask Again, which when you're able to use in the game, when you say yes and he says no, you can say, you know what, I challenge it, I'm going to ask him again. And you can use that card. All right, and that is the components, except for the one major thing right here is Zandar himself. You place him right in the middle, and you turn him on. All right, and now he's ready to rock and roll. Now there are 2 settings on the back. There's game and fortune. So obviously what you want to do is you want to click it once over to game, and you're going to keep it through the game until someone wins the game, and then you click it on the fortune, and then they'll answer the fortune. And that is pretty much the setup here. Each player is going to get their 5, and they're going to place them off to the side. So we're going to go ahead, we'll do blue and white here because they're easier for me to reach. And we'll put these yellow and red back in the baggie so we don't lose those. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put these in here like so. And of course I sealed the baggie. Shouldn't have done that, knowing I was going to do this. There we go. All right. Each player is going to receive an Ask Again card, and then everyone, of course, is going to have a yes or no card in their hands. Okay, they're going to go ahead and keep that secret. They're going to put that in their hands. So let's just say blue and white, we're going to do a 2-player game. What you're going to do is each player is going to start off with 1 gem. So you're going to put, blue is going to have 1 gem. These are going to be on their pile to the side, and then white player is going to have 1 here and there. Okay? Play starts when you're going to go ahead and draw. Oh, I'm sorry, we got to put the discs out there. So what you're going to do is you're going to place these discs on these circles like so. You're just going to place them all throughout the board like so. I won't do the whole thing, but then you put them all in there. You're going to have a few left over, so you got some good replayability when you don't have all the same ones out there, which is pretty cool. So you're going to have about 6 or so, I think, left over, and then you'll put the rest back in the box. So I'll just do this half here because I'll be working on this half right here, but you'll be filling up the whole board. Then, say I'm the first player. I am the white player here. I'm going to go ahead and look at this here. Then you see here there are 2 questions. You could choose which question you want to ask. Let's just say, will I find buried treasure in my backyard? So you're going to read that aloud. You keep that in front of you. And first and foremost, I'm going to try to guess. Ooh. See, if you don't ask him a question in a while, he kind of reminds you he's still there. So you're going to try to guess yes or no. Will I find buried treasure in my backyard? So let's just say I think yes. So I'm going to go ahead. As soon as I choose, all the other players are going to choose as well. Let's just say player 2 thinks I don't think you will. So what they're going to do is they're going to keep that hidden. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and say what my answer is after everyone has guessed what they think the answer is going to be. Let's just say as soon as everybody does that, I'm going to say I think yes. So what you're going to do is after everyone has guessed, if they want to guess, all right, you're going to wave your hand once. You're waving it over a second time.
Well, absolutely.
There you go. So I would win and this person would not. So what happens is, since I guessed correctly, I am able to place a gem on one of these fortune discs. Okay, so let's just say I put it right there. Okay, so now I have one on the board. Now the object of the game is you're trying to get all 5 of your gems onto these discs, and that's how you win the game. Now since this player decided to choose no, okay, this person was incorrect. So what happens is they have to put this gem back in their pile. So now they don't have any available to place on the disc. Now let's just say they were correct. Let's just say they guessed yes. Then what they do is they do not get to put a disc on here. The only time you're able to put a gem on one of the discs is if you were the one asking the question and you answered it right. For the other players, if they guessed yes, they get to take one of their gems from their stash over here and place it in front of them. So now they have 2 available gems that they can place on when it's their turn and they actually answer the question correctly. So that was my turn there. Okay. Now it's the Blue's turn. Blue's going to go ahead and ask the next question. Will a friend ever steal my boyfriend away? Or will a dog eat my report card? So you can ask one of these questions. Let's go ahead and ask will a friend ever steal my boyfriend away? Let's see. She's going to go ahead and guess yes. And I'm going to go ahead and guess yes as well. So now, as soon as everyone guesses, she's going to go ahead and show her answer. Everyone's going to go ahead and then reveal theirs. And then you're going to ask Zandar.
According to my crystal ball, no way.
Oh, okay. So she does not guess it right. So then she would lose a gem here. Now I don't have any gems available, so that's fine. I don't lose anything. I just don't get to place a gem out here. Okay. Now, like I said earlier, if I had said no and she had said no, then what would happen is she would be able to place, she had 2 of them out here, she'd be able to place one of these anywhere on the board. You can place it on one that another player has done. You can do that. If I wanted to go there, I could go there too. Or you just pick your own, like so. Okay. If I had said no, then I just go ahead and place one of these out in front and take it out of my stash. Okay. Ask again. You can also, if say maybe you got your 4th disc and you're trying to get that 5th one out there, and he says no, and you said yes, you can ask again, or you can do that for another player as well. So let's just say this player had guessed no, and they're going for their 5th one. Let's just say, and they say no. I can actually challenge it, not only on my turn but on somebody else's turn. It would tell you yes or no, and if, of course, he might change his mind and say yes, and then that person might not be able to win the game. So you can use this not only on yourself, but you can use that on another player as well. Now, once all players have used their Ask Again cards, say that person used theirs, you put it upside down, they use theirs, and then let's just say it's a 3-player game. I just used mine. As soon as all of them have been used, then they are back in the game. So every player will be able to use that card again, as long as everybody has used that card. Till one player manages to get all 5 gems on the board. Now, once you're able to do that, you're going to go ahead and click the fortune. Okay? Once you do all 5, you're going to take...
You win. I will now read your fortune.
There you go. So what you're going to do is you're going to take these discs. You're not going to look at them. You're going to take these 5 discs that you placed your gems on. Okay, and you're going to place them face down in front of you. You're going to choose one of these. You don't know what it says. You're going to go ahead and choose one of these. Never look at it. And then you're going to wave it over Zandar. I do it twice.
This will turn out differently than you expect.
This will turn out differently than you expected. someone you don't get along with. So that's interesting. So that might actually come out different than what you expect. So maybe you end up getting along with this person. And that is your fortune. That is your win of the game. And there, my friends, is Ask Zandar. Let's head on over to the game room, and I'll tell you my final thoughts. All right, so my final thoughts on Ask Zandar. Now, you can tell this is definitely a girls' game. As you see, they're very enthralled with Zandar there, because you could tell by the questions. A lot of the questions are, are you going to meet your cute guy tonight? Are you going to be on a hot date with a cute guy? I mean, that kind of thing. So you can tell it's a girls' game. Nothing wrong with that. It looks like it'd be a really fun game. I can see a bunch of girls going over for slumber parties. Do you even have slumber parties anymore? I don't know if they have slumber parties anymore. I know that was a 90s thing, just like when this came out in 92. It's a pretty cool game. I would say that maybe making up your own questions. If you don't like if you're going to go on a date and all this other stuff, you can actually maybe put together your own questions. Like my buddy Matt Wilkins did. He has this on his channel as well. And I took a peek at his, and he had a great idea. It's just, bring out your own questions. Make out your own questions. Maybe while you're playing, you can come up with a question. And I think it might be a lot of fun that way as well. So you don't want to make it... he says, I feel the same way like Matt does when it comes to party games. I'm not really big on the party game kind of thing. But this would be a good party game. So I do agree with him 100% on that. This would make a great party game if you have a couple friends over and they don't really play games very often. And you have fun with asking, direct questions from them, like what they do. Like my wife is a nurse, I'd ask her a nursing question or something. If you kind of pinpoint the question towards that person and just have a great time with it. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the episode. That was Ask Zandar. And let me know if you like it, dislike it. I wanted to share this game with you. If you have the game, let me know. If you don't have the game and you're interested in getting it, let me know as well. I always love those comments down below. If you're not a subscriber, click on that subscribe button if you like what you saw. And until next time, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and happy gaming.